What exactly does it mean for a camera to have a wide-angle lens? And why don't we ever seem to hear about narrow-angle lenses? Let's check out how different lenses work and how they can affect the images we make with them. Different cameras are made with various configurations of compound lenses. But for the sake of simplicity, we'll depict our camera with one simple convex lens. The lens will take incoming light from the environment and focus it on a piece of film or digital image sensor. In focusing the image, the lens will invert it, flipping it upside down and backwards. The distance it takes for the light to invert and focus the image depends on the strength of the lens. A weaker lens that bends the light less severely will take a longer distance to invert the image and focus it on the film. A stronger lens that bends the light more aggressively will take less distance to focus. If we take the path the light travels from the lens to the film and extend it outwards, we can see the view the camera is taking in. The boundary of what the camera sees extends out in a pyramid shape that defines the field of view. Depending on how strongly the lens is bending the light to focus it, the angle of the field of view will be wider or more narrow. This is where we get the terminology of a wide-angle lens, or a telephoto or long lens. Let's see how the resulting images from these lenses are different. If you're looking at a row of buildings with a long lens, you may be able to fit only one of them into your view. The wider the angle of the lens grows, the more buildings will come into frame as the field of view expands and takes in more of the background. As more buildings fit into the view, they will appear smaller and smaller. This means that wider angle lenses will shrink objects more severely as they get further away. We get more distortion as things go back in perspective. If you've ever drawn something with perspective, you've seen how parallel lines in the drawing will extend back and eventually converge at a vanishing point. These vanishing points define the perspective in the image. If we think about this in terms of camera lenses, a long lens shrinks the perspective less severely, and the vanishing points would be pushed further apart. With a wide-angle lens, the shrinking from perspective is more pronounced, and the vanishing points are pulled closer together. Ultimately, the more severely a lens bends light, the shorter the distance it takes to focus onto a piece of film, and the more perspective distortion it will create in the image.